Okay, hi, my name is Matthew Stevenson and welcome to the teardown video of this screen to remove it from its case. We'll be stripping this this touchscreen out of here and all its control boards inside there and fitting it into the Range Rover factory bezel. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove, I've took the stand off, just unscrew it and release it. So I'm going to take these off now. I'm going to take this this bracket off, and it's basically four Allen screws and a couple of Phillips. So I'll do that. Okay, I've removed the 4 screws and I've just released it. It just lifts off and this just slides out of there, out of that square hole. Okay. And now we can see inside. It looks quite simple, just a few screws around the edge of the chassis. Again, some look round, there's a few down there. See them down there. And this is the connector for the panel on the front. Okay, I undid all the screws. There they are, those silver ones, and just lifted it out of the frame. Just 12 screws, 6 on each side. Sorry, 11 screws, and the actual thing, the whole thing has come out as one piece. So there we go. That's the entire touchscreen unit. I'm just hoping now it'll fit into there. So my next job is now to dismantle that and to replace the screen with this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dismantle that. If you want to see how I dismantle the Range Rover screen, I did a video a couple of weeks ago, so I'm not going to record it again. If you want to see how to dismantle that, please watch the other video. Okay, once I've dismantled this, I will get back to you. Okay, I went a little bit further than I was anticipating, and I've actually fitted the screen now, and it's behind the chassis again. I fitted, the way it's worked has, what happened was I couldn't record it and put the screen in because of the amount, how I had to squeeze the screen in. But let me just explain what's happened. Right, I've fitted the screen. The screen fits really well. Okay, I'm going to turn it around. This is the new touchscreen. Okay, this is the PC touchscreen. Works fine. You can hear the beeping. It's plugged in. Okay. In order to keep the screen in place, I couldn't use the frame that I was originally going to use. That I said I'll use that frame to hold it in place. And the reason was, as I explained in the when I stripped this down, was when I first stripped it down. Different screens have different bezels around the edges, okay, and the screen that I've chosen has a slightly bigger bezel, well, not bigger, different bezel than the screen that I removed, and it's under there. It's the old screen. Okay, so the way I've done it is I've fitted the screen in with none of the original parts. So all the plastic and stuff from the original screen housing I've just put away. I'm not using. I've used the first plate there. You can see that we removed, that we initially took this off, and I've actually used that. Basically, it's held in by pressure. So this is pushed in. It's screwed back to the top chassis, and then the top chassis is attached to the grey bezel. Okay. Now, in order to get a really snug fit, you would never be able to make a frame or something like that. So all the way around the edge here, all the way around on the inside, so all the way here or everywhere, I've actually folded and made duct tape wedges. Okay. Duct tape wedges, so that each one's made probably about 4 or 5 strips of duct tape, all folded up really thin to make thin wedges. And that's the perfect way I found to There's not many. There's four strips, one all the way around, and it allows you, because you can't screw to this. There's nowhere to screw a screen to, because I wanted to keep the original button, so I couldn't screw anywhere around. So the entire screen is held in by just pressure and force. Well, it's not to force damage. It's just very, very snug fit to start with, and I just used duct tape wedges just to where's the roll? Just to keep it secure, and perfect. It's worked. There's no gaps anywhere. I'm just going to put the light on. There's no gaps anywhere around the screen. It's all fitted as a factory screen would. Then on top, as I said, the original base chassis is in there. So that's the first. That's the what all the control boards used to screw to. So I've actually attached that, and I've just put 2 strips of duct tape just to the sides, and that side as well. Just to give that a bit of reinforcement, so it'll push down. So when you're tapping the screen won't push through. All the wires are all under that. The actual TFT fits perfectly under that first chassis. And then there's the 2 wires that come out. Obviously the big multi-plug, which is fed through the original holes where the screen was. I'll just put the light on so you can see again. So if you look down there, that's where the display connector used to come from the original screen. So let's get the original screen. That little tab there, that's where it used to come up, where all those cables now come up. So the big multi-plug, the big black wire, comes up there. You can see it in the corner. There you go, you can see it there. I've just wrapped black electrical tape round everything, just so nothing can cut on the sharp metal edges. And the other one, the white wires that you can see, they are actually, let's dig it out. This one here, this is actually the connector for the buttons off the front of the old bezel. So those buttons at the front, that's the actual connector. And what will happen is I will wire those up somehow. What my plan is I've actually decided, if you look at the front here, these buttons here, where it says setup there, obviously there's no need for that on the actual car PC. So what I was thinking of is on the front of this old bezel, we had the middle button there. This middle button, that round one, that was the input selector. Okay, so what I might do is I might rewire that button, the setup button, to the input wire. So it'll be one of the white cables, and they are all labelled on the actual screen, so you can see, work out which one is which. So I'll rewire one of these. I'll just extend it to the setup button once I start working on these. So as you can see, the screen looks really good. What I'll do now is I will plug it into the computer. Now basically what I've done now, the screen is powered. So it would be like just getting in your car. The screen is powered, but the screen actually doesn't turn on until it receives a VGA input. So what I'll do is I'll plug that on and you'll see the screen come on. So just like to open the car door and your PC turns on. As soon as it gets a VGA input, we're on. So I've pressed a button, so there we go. Okay, as I said before, I need to just adjust the screen resolution, but this is the first view of what it looks like in the actual bezel. So you can obviously access everything as normal. What I'm going to do, because I like the beeping noise, what I'm going to do is the beeping noise for the drivers for the screen actually comes from the PC speaker, which is that thing there in the corner. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that from the actual car, from the computer, because this PC will be obviously in the boot of the car. So if I move that speaker, and just extend the wires for that speaker all the way to the front of the car, and I'm actually going to mount it in here, so that obviously when you press the button on the screen, it actually sounds like you are pressing the screen. So the sound will be coming from the back of the screen. As I say, I just need to adjust the resolution of this of the skin and the screen so it fits. But let's just have a quick look at the Sky TV feature. So it's just loading now. Okay, it says weak or no video signal, and that is because my Skybox is off. So what I'll do is I'll just press the TV guide, and that will turn the TV on.
The baby's little heart has to work really, really hard.
So everything works just as normal, and if I just there we go. So let's change channel. So as you can see, the quality of the image is really, really good. I don't think I've got anything else on here at the minute. Nope. So right, as you can see, the screen is now fitted in the bezel and working basically. So as soon as I've adjusted the screen resolution of the computer and the skin, I will take another video just to show you what it looks like at full size, so you've not got this horrible black strip at the bottom that's not in use. That is just the reason the taskbar has disappeared. Is I've actually told Ride Runner to hide the taskbar. There you go. So now it's just a normal computer, so you can go on the internet. So if you're in the car and you're driving along and you've got someone wants to go on the internet, there is now a car PC in a Range Rover. The screen, the actual being able to press the smallest, when I was talking about the edges of the screen, really hard to get to. This screen actually has an overlapping touchscreen. So just like the original touch that Range Rover had, when I was talking about in my previous video about the touchscreen extending right to the edge of the screen, this screen has the exact same feature, so that you can actually get to the very edge of the screen with no problems at all. I have to say, it is a very expensive touchscreen at almost £500, and considering that you're going to strip it down, but from the actual quality of the screen and the fact that it is sunlight readable, the only thing that might annoy me is the reflection. So if I put you can see the reflection in that. You can see me sat in my chair. That might be a little bit of an issue, but overall, I'm very pleased with the screen. This screen is a 600 nits brightness screen, so it is probably one of the highest brightness screens you can get at the minute. It's sunlight readable. It's optically bonded, which means that the touch panel is actually glued to the screen, the actual TFT screen. So if you look up on the internet about sunlight readable screens, this is a sunlight readable, optically bonded, LED backlit. It's not cold fluorescent tubes. It's actually LED. Okay, right, that's where I'm up to with the video. Thanks very much for watching this update. As I say, when I extend the skin, I will do another video. Okay, thanks, bye.